Hi guys, Amy here. So, Masked Rider is a thing? Am I right, guys? Released in the year 1995, Saban's Masked Rider is an adaptation of Kamen Rider Black RX and J and Zeto. It's a TV show trying to replicate Power Rangers Thunder. It's a combination of Japanese tokusatsu action with the aliens living in the attic trope that's been a thing since, I think, the 60s? The plot of the show follows Dex, an alien prince, when an evil dictator called Count Dragon decides that after taking over Dex's planet Edenoi, he should set off to take over Earth. Dex's grandfather gives him the ability to turn into a powerful warrior called Masked Rider. Now living on Earth, Dex needs to balance living as your average teen with the Stewart family and fighting the evil insectivore monsters sent out by Dragon like once or twice a week. The show aired for 40 episodes, and with Power Rangers mania starting to die down, combined with Saban oversaturating the market with a bunch of other adaptations, sprinkle it on with massive issues balancing the tone between goofy Family Matters sitcom and Lonely Warrior of Justice action.
Today on the adventures of Masked Rider, Grandma drops by for a visit.
Unless Masked Rider surrenders to me within 1 hour, Leewood will cease to exist.
I know that you are not what you seem.
My friends, my family, the Earthlings I have sworn to protect.
There is one small hope, the legacy of Masked Rider warriors.
Meanwhile, Count Dragon sends his own visitors, who kidnap Grandma.
I am Amazon!
Masked Rider was a massive bomb, and these days it's mostly remembered as the ugly stepchild of Saban TV show catalog, but rumors say that this show was so awful that Ishinomori Productions forbid any Western adaptations of their works, only changing their minds in 2010 when they allowed the production of Dragon Knight. So we can all agree that it's objectively not the best thing, but in my opinion, it's not that bad. Of course, it's not like the second coming of Christ, but it's on a similar level to Power Rangers. Just a goofy action TV show that is a massive product of its time. But I'm not here to talk about the TV show, but about what the TV show was advertising. The toys! Just like Power Rangers, Masked Rider had a pretty nice toy line, Dex himself in his many different forms and released in many different sizes, a bunch of gimmicky monsters, some roleplay weapons and changes, vehicles, normal stuff. Sadly, just like the show, it seems the toy line wasn't popular enough to survive for more than a year, so a whole wave of toys got cancelled. First, let's start with the Charged Gyro Action Dash Racers, a series of small vehicles which can be shot out on a little launcher. GreenRanger.com shows that Combat Chopper and Cannon Wheels managed to get into people's hands, but there is no proof of Super Chopper, Magno and Ultra Chopper. Super Chopper and Ultra Chopper didn't even have product codes or in-hand photos. I don't think I have a lot to say about them, there are just some small knick-knack toys. Next up, we can talk about the roleplay toys. Normally in combat, Dex used the Electro Saber, a massive energy sword, while his Super Gold form, Dex got equipped with a laser gun called the Ecto-Ray. Sadly, both of these weapons were never released. We have catalog shot of the Electro Saber, the product description mentions it has lights and sounds, and for some reason it looks pink, and we have the Ecto-Ray, here being promoted as a disc launcher. Also, it was repainted to be red, which I get there are laws which would forbid a kid from walking around with a grey gun, no matter how unrealistically shaped it is. Like, come on, this looks like a SNES Super Scope, but I'm sure some American kid would get into danger with certain law enforcement units. Next up, we get to the high crust of every Western tokusatsu toy line, action figures. First we have the claw-hugging Maggot. Maggots were to Lord Dagon was what Paddies were to Rita Repulsa. Just a squad of goons to do his dirty work. Based on the name, the toy would probably have some arm-moving gimmick. Not gonna lie, I feel it'd be a cool toy, especially since Maggots were a Masked Rider original monster, without any counterpart in the Kamen Rider series. Next we have the three monsters that were adapted from Kamen Rider Zeto. 1-2 punching Destructosphere. Destructosphere was the first main monster seen in the show. It's a powerful, grotesque, grasshopper-like beast. His design and footage were taken from Kamen Rider Zeto monster that was named Doras. Another toy I would love to see be made. Kamen Rider Zeto designs are just so unique. The product shots we have may not fully replicate the biomechanical skeleton Frieza bug, but come on, it would be still nice to have a physical representation of him. Wing Flapping Parasect. This is a really random thing to get a toy, since Parasect wasn't even a monster in the show. By that I mean, it did appear, it used the footage of Komori Man from Kamen Rider Zeto, but like, Dex never fought it. It exists only on screen in the base of the bat to show the powers of a mutating crystal.
Sire, it will transform anything it is attached to into a destruction machine of catastrophic proportions.
Pardon my lack of enthusiasm, but I believe I've heard this before.
A demonstration would provide persuasion.
Gork is right for once. See for yourself, sire, what happened to this harmless little vat when we attached the mechanism to it. And what would happen to Dex when he got near someone else?
Its name isn't even stated anywhere. We know about it only from the toy line. Based on the name, I'm going to guess he would have some sort of like leather on his back that would let him flap his wings. Scorpion Stinging Hydrasect. Ooh, Guys, do I need to censor this? No, just in case maybe I will Photoshop a shirt on her. This toy depicts Hydrasect in her second Arachniad form. Footage of it was taken from Kumo Woman, also from Kamen Rider Zeto. Another great design, I would love to get a toy. I'm going to guess that even the whole toy line wasn't cancelled, overprotective mothers would still have a massive fit over this half-naked spider lady. Also, I'm going to guess the gimmick would be somehow related to her tail. Now let's get into the actual show monsters. Pincer Slashing Reptosect. Reptosect is an insectivore that's like a fusion of a lizard and a mantis. It could throw its blades in combat. I would guess the toy could do the same, and it's the American adaptation of Yana Makil from Kamen Rider Black RX. Sword Slashing Robo Rider. I'm really weirded out they didn't release a toy of it, like at least in the earlier waves. Since Robo Rider was a pretty important character in the Masked Rider show, Robo Rider is the brainwashed form of Don Ice, who was Dex's best friend. He would often visit Earth to give Dex his new upgrades, so he was a pretty recurring character. And of course it's the Western adaptation of Shadow Moon, a bad guy so iconic to Kamen Rider Black RX, he became iconic to the whole franchise, appearing in movies, video games, stage show and much more. Okay, so next up we have a special Bigger figure. The Lux Masked Rider. So GreenRanger.com only gives me this catalog listing and shows it's cancelled. But Action Figure Archives shows not only a basic Masked Rider figure, but also a Super Gold figure. So I don't know if it's a situation where one site has simply wrong info, so I'm just going to leave it here. Okay, after a bit more digging, these two were released, but Super Blue was the cancelled one, the same as his Ecto Accelerating figure. Okay, since we are already talking about the Western Kamen Rider toy line, I want to mention the cancelled toys from the earlier mentioned Dragon Knight series. Due to the series ending and the toy line not even being that popular, the last wave consisting of Kamen Rider Frost, Kamen Rider Wrath, and General Zaviax got cancelled. And now, I left the best for last. You probably noticed I left out one character from this whole video. That's Ferbus, the quirky duck, beaver, Furby mascot character that was made to simply be cute and sell merchandise. And it did that. You know that a comic waddling Ferbus was released. He is easy to get on eBay, but sadly due to the meme his price is a bit steep. But that wasn't the only plan for this character. As seen on this leaked VHS tape from Bandai's 1995 Toy Fair, there were plans to release a Ferbus that could actually talk.
And there's even Ferbus. Ferbus is the Masked Rider's hilarious space pet, and he speaks in an alien language that only our superhero can understand.
Sadly, none of these functions are shown, but like, can you imagine having this at your home? You either get it as a gift, or you bring it from a toy store, and now it lives with you, and it talks, it makes noises, it's sentient. I'm sure it would traumatize at least one kid. Let's finish this section. I'm getting uncomfortable staring at this. So, thank you all for watching. Which toy was your favorite? Which would you like to get your hands on? What other monsters from that era would you like to see as toys? Please tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the videos, and bye.